Mr. Aguilar has had long-term care for ADHD, primarily inattentive, and insomnia associated with racing thoughts. He was first diagnosed with ADHD at age 8 due to not being able to sit still and consistently disrupting the classroom. He was prescribed Ritalin, which he took throughout elementary school. In middle school and high school, he was on Concerta, but it eventually stopped working for him. In college, he started Adderall, and this has been the most helpful for his symptoms as an adult. He is transferring care from his previous psychiatrist, Dr. Sam Walden, who no longer accepts his insurance. Patient states that he would like to continue his current medications, which are Adderall XR 20 milligrams daily and Trazodone 100 milligrams PO-QHS. The patient states all medications are working well to manage his symptoms, which include poor sleep, quality and quantity, nighttime racing thoughts, poor focus, poor attention, easy distractibility, disorganization, forgetfulness, excuse me, and difficulty applying himself to tasks requiring sustained attention. The patient works full-time managing a large construction company and reports that when he does not take medication for ADHD, he has a very difficult time staying on task when he is at work. He tends to make a lot of mistakes and has poor performance. In addition to Ritalin and Concerta, his previous medications include Wellbutrin, which was prescribed for ADHD and did not work. He was also prescribed Ambien for insomnia in the past, which caused him to sleep 12 to 14 hours a night with next day sedation. Patient denies any past medical history as well as surgical history, and he is otherwise healthy. His family history includes his dad, who also has ADHD, but he does not take medication. His mom has MDD and takes Prozac with effective relief. There is no known history of alcohol use disorder or substance use disorder in his family. The patient's psychiatric history includes ADHD and insomnia. He denies a history of trauma or abuse growing up. He denies suicidal and homicidal ideation. He denies previous inpatient admissions for psychiatric reasons. He denies a history of substance use disorders. When considering his social history, patient reports he has never smoked and drinks socially and sparingly on the weekends with friends. He denies illicit drug use. He practices jiu-jitsu 3 times a week at a studio. He's single, never married, and no children. He dates women only. He lives alone in an apartment. He has a cat. His parents and immediate family live nearby, and they are close. The patient presented today well-groomed, friendly, and attentive. He maintained appropriate eye contact. Affect was congruent to mood. Thought processes were logical and linear. Insight and judgment were appropriate. DSM diagnoses for this patient include F900, attention deficit disorder, primarily an attentive type, as well as G4700, insomnia unspecified. He left the visit with new prescriptions for Adderall XR, 20 milligrams PO daily, quantity 30, refill 0, as well as Trazodone 100 milligrams PO QHS, quantity 100, refills 1. The patient and I agreed together that once a month follow-up is appropriate, and I provided the contact information if he needs an appointment sooner. I encourage the patient to take breaks from his Adderall on the weekends if possible to avoid having to titrate the dosing up on his Adderall. The patient does not feel he needs to be in counseling for any reason at present.